Good evening. How's everybody doing? I hope this not too long video finds everybody in good spirits. I hope everyone had a really beautiful resurrection day, 420, whatever you're celebrating. I hope you had a good yesterday, and I hope today was even better. Today, it wasn't a bad day. Now, Maddie had a doctor's appointment. Doctor's office called at 7 o'clock for Maddie's 8 o'clock appointment and said the doctor had cancer. So I went back to sleep. For those of you who know me, I don't get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm a 10, 11 girl. So I ended up going back to sleep. And then around 2 something, Aston and I left here. Well, I called the pharmacy to see if I could come pick up my Ozempic. But dude said I could pick it up tomorrow. So that drove, that stopped me from having to drive up north. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then Aston and I leave the house and we go by PetSmart and we pick up some guinea pig litter and he got some pet food. And then we left there and we went by Costco. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I did really, really, really good at Costco. Very proud of myself. First of all, I got to Costco and I found a parking space right by the fucking door. That's how I knew it was gonna be an okay day for me. Then I got into Costco and I got a few items. Grand total at Costco. Hold on. Okay, my child is home. Grand total at Costco. Something that's never been done. And I mean, never. Grand total at Costco today, $89. Yes, I spent $89 at Costco. I was so overwhelmed when I left Costco. I called my girl Glow, aka Marie, and I, I called her and I said, "Girl, guess what I spent at Costco." She she is like, "Oh God." I said, "I spent $89." She said, "Did you leave out with someone else's receipt?" I said, "No. I actually went to Costco. I got what I intended on getting, which was some forks and the cool plastic plates. And I got some chicken salad. I got a bag of sugar. I got my husband a shirt and a pair of pants. Everything came to motherfucking $89." I was like, hot damn. You did good, Roxanne. So after I left there, my son and I ran to this other grocery store, and I had to end up buying a roast to make, because there are no more lamb chops from yesterday. But we have plenty of macaroni. We still have spinach. So I made this pot roast. My husband and my son said that was the best pot roast I ever made. I was like, "Ooh, it ain't any more pot roast." They want me to get another pot roast tomorrow and cook another pot roast. So I'm going to do it. Why am I going to do it? Because my family wants me to do it. I washed all my pots up. I put all my food away. My husband told me to make him some Tupperware. So he'll get some Tupperware and make him a plate so he can eat at work tomorrow because he is getting ready for a very large job and he needs to be at his desk. So I said, okay, I got the kitchen all clean and shit. I'm just up here kicking the bobos for a minute. Get on my game in a minute on my phone, lay my ass down. In the morning, I got some more ripping and running to do, but nothing too crazy. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Nothing real crazy today. I woke up, seen that the Pope had passed away. You know, um, I knew he was sick. I could just tell by like looking at like newsreel pictures of him and stuff. I knew he was sick. So, um, RIP to the Pope. So now that he's passed away, the next step is going to be they are going to have a thing called a conclave. And the conclave is basically when all the cardinals and like the bishops of, I think it's, yeah, I think it might be the bishops, like all the bishops from around the world, all meet at the Vatican and they basically sequester them into a place and they stay there however many days that they have to be there and they stay there until they pick a new pontiff. And the process can take a day, the process can take up to 3 days. But at the end of each day, at the end of each voting day, they have a chimney. And if you see black smoke come from the chimney, that means they did not pick a pope. If you see white smoke come from the chimney, that's when you know they picked a pope. Come to find out how you make the smoke black and how you make the smoke white, they basically use like smoke bombs. They light it, put in the chimney, and the shit goes up, and it lets people outside know a pope has been chosen or a pope has not been chosen. But the thing about it is, it could take days, 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 days. But if you want to see a movie that will that kind of really breaks it down how the conclave works, watch the movie Conclave. You might be able to find it on cable now. Or you could pull it up on some sort of on-demand search engine search thing. It's a very interesting movie and it's deep. And if you are Catholic, even if you're not Catholic, watch the movie Conclave, and it's basically going to let you know what steps are taken to choose a pope and what happens after the pope has passed away. Like they take like his pope ring off, and you know they give it to someone to hold until a new pope is elected, and then no, not today. Wait until Gary go to bed, and then the room that the Pope slept in, his bedroom, they actually seal that door with like one of those seal things with a crescent on it and shit. Not a crescent, but like a, I don't know what it's called, but they they do that, and and once they pick a new pope, they break the seal. Then they clean the old pope's room out in order for the new pope to take the pope room. So that's it. He's been he wasn't a pope for a long time, but he held on because, most of these men, when they get chosen to be the pope, it's not like they young in the first place. These men already be like, not the 60s even old, but they be in their 60s, late 60s, early 70s and whatnot, so, and I don't know what kind of, um, I don't know if they like give popes like medical checkups or something before they become popes, but you know, I guess motherfuckers just gonna be waiting to get a new pope. That happened. Then Kanye, Lord, Kanye. I don't even know what to say, y'all. I don't. I don't. I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just don't know what to say. I'm gonna pray for Kanye though. That's what I am gonna do. But what I'm wondering is, would it hit different if he had said it differently? You know what I mean? He said it in a way, like he said it in a way. I don't know. I don't know. But I hope he finds peace. For real. And then the whole thing with Shannon Sharp. That case will probably get thrown out because she left that man some crazy ass text messages. And we'll see what happens with that. Then last night or yesterday here in Chicago, on the west side of Chicago, at Augusta and Central, there was a 3-car accident involving one minivan and 2 vehicles. One of the vehicles had a guy and a girl in it. The minivan had just one person in it. Then the other car had one person in it, or it might have been 2, okay? Because word on the streets is someone got out of one of the cars and took off running, all right? So I don't know if it was from either any of those vehicles. I don't know. But so there was this really, really horrific accident yesterday morning. And this was yesterday was Sunday. So this was like Saturday night going into Sunday. The accident was so horrific that two young men died. Okay. A chick who was in one of the passengers was with passenger in one of the cars of one of the guys who expired. She's in critical condition. They have not released um, her name, but I believe she was like a 22-year-old woman. The impact of the accident sent both drivers of the two cars, not the minivan. The minivan driver was treated at the scene and did not sustain any critical wounds or anything like that. Both the other 2 drivers of the cars who expired were both ejected from the car. Okay. One of the cars, whole motherfucking engine came out the car and was on the other side of the street. But probably the scariest part of this whole accident was one of the young men who was ejected flew into someone's apartment. It was a garden apartment, which aka the basement apartment. These people were sitting in their living room of their basement apartment when the accident happened, and the young man came through their window into their living room. He passed away. My prayers to everyone involved, my prayers to the departed's family, both young men. Very sad. Even my prayers to the people who were sitting in their house and a body came through their window. I am so sure that that is wildly traumatic to see. You know, they didn't say if there was any kids up there watching TV. They just said one of the young men's bodies came through a window into a garden apartment. I couldn't even imagine. But prayers to their family. Chicago it was a little wild over the weekend, Easter, people turning up before Easter, especially the ones who knew they wasn't going to church the next day, and unfortunately they said that this accident was attributed to being intoxicated. I'm all for people having a drink. If you are outside of your home drinking, drink responsibly. If you feel like I'm not gonna be at home, I'm not at home, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna turn up, put the Lyft app on your phone. Put the Uber app on your phone. So have that one motherfucking family member or friend who would get you a Lyft or Uber home so they know that you made it home alive. Like I said, I ain't past nobody having no motherfucking cocktail. But that drinking and driving shit is dangerous. So prayers once again to the two men who are departed, the young lady who is in critical condition, may she pull through, the guy who was in the van that just had to even witness it, and the people in the apartment where that man's body came through the window. Prayers to all of them. Seriously. What else happened here? Nothing. Nothing else happened in Chicago. You know, I posted something yesterday and Princess responded to it today. 100 people fighting at a church last night. This well after Easter service over. 100 people fighting at a church. And I was like, am I reading this wrong? I was wondering, like, was there still service going on? And 9 times out of 10, there was no service going on that time of night. It was people hanging out at a church, in front of a church, and something kicked off, and motherfuckers was fighting. But they say it was 100 people. But the news be embellishing and shit. We don't know if it's 100 people or not. But you would think, if you're gonna fight, why would you fight at, even in the vicinity of a church? Have you no shame? Don't fight at the other end of the block. Don't fight in front of the church. Just tacky. But it was probably a bunch of young people, because people my age and older, and maybe people even a little bit younger, motherfuckers just was sitting in the house minding their business, not trying to be fighting, no shit like that. But, and what else is going on? Maddie just informed me she doesn't want to go to dinner for her 21st birthday, which I'm still going to take her. She wants tickets to go to some concert, which I told her dad. Her dad was like, buy the ticket tomorrow. It's $182. And it's some rap concert. And it is nowhere near here, which means I'm going to have to drive her and find somewhere to go sit and wait. Hell, I might even sit in my car. See if they let me park on the lot. I just sit in my car and wait for her to get out the concert and come home and bring her home, because it don't make no sense. It's all the way in an area called Bridgeview. I don't live by Bridgeview. Bridgeview Southwest. So I would, like I said, I probably just go and sit in the parking lot of my car with my phone. I might go live so I don't get bored. What's up? Um, the food in the small Tupperware, the orange Tupperware. Did you throw it away? Okay, Maddie's in. You can sleep in Maddie's room. Yeah, so that's what she wants. And I was like, okay, that's that. Her dad said it was fine. That's it. Okay, Rodriguez Williams, how you doing, baby? Jade Youngin. A shout out to Jada Youngin. How was your Easter? But all in all, like I said, that's good, sweetie. I'm happy you having a good night. I'm just happy that today wasn't, from where I can't see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, you from Louisiana. Bo Bog Bogalusa, Louisiana. I can't pronounce it. Hi on one. Hi, my on one. I know that's right. Stay at home, stay out of trouble. So wait a minute, Rodriguez. Are you familiar with Boudin? And you are you familiar what Boudin is? Cause there's a place down in Louisiana that sells crawfish Boudin. And I'm gonna order some Boudin from them. I surely am. And since you from Louisiana, I got something from Louisiana 2 weeks ago. You might be familiar with this. Blue Plate mayonnaise. I ordered this Blue Plate mayonnaise because I seen it, because I follow this Cajun cook, and they always use Blue Plate mayonnaise, and it said Blue Plate mayonnaise, a Louisiana tradition. Crawdads, yes. This mayonnaise is called Blue Plate mayonnaise. It got a blue cap. I ordered some. I got it 2 weeks ago. Rodriguez. It's the best fucking mayonnaise I ever had. It's better than Duke's. And that's hard. That's hard for me to say that a mayonnaise is better than Duke's mayonnaise. But it's better than Duke's mayonnaise. And it's crazy because it's a nice size jar. It was like $3.90 some cent. I ordered it off of Amazon. So when it got here, I made shrimp po' boys. I went and bought the good po' boy bread, and I made shrimp po' boys, and I used that mayonnaise, and I put a little hot sauce in it, and I jazzed it up, and shit, I used that for my po' boy sandwiches. I got family down there in Louisiana. They are in. I have family in New Orleans. I have family in Baton Rouge. And I have some family, it's somewhere down in the damn swamp, but it's I haven't been there in a while. But I will be making my way to Louisiana because there's some things I just need to come to Louisiana and buy that I don't want to. Well, I could have shit shipped, but you know, I want to come buy some boudin and I want to come buy some seasonings and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, but all in all, y'all, today was good. Oops, shit. Oop, my phone slipped out my hand. Today was good. Yesterday was beautiful and restful. And like I said, I got to get up, do a little running around tomorrow, go run some errands, make another fucking pot roast. I can't even believe they want another pot roast. But I must have really put my foot in that pot roast. I'm going to follow the exact same steps I did today. I cooked it in a big ass pot too. It's this much left. Like I put it in a Tupperware. It's just that much left. Everything turned out so scrumptious. It was really good. And I made some cornbread, even though I still had croissants left from yesterday. But I ate mine with some macaroni and it was fire. Everything was so good. My son ate and he said, I can't do anything but go to sleep now. And everybody's asleep. And I'm going to go get my ass in my bed, play my game on my phone, go on off to sleep. So on that note, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I would like to thank Rodriguez and welcome to the Lady Lounge. And I'd like to thank On One and the other 3 people who are around. I ate and I'm tired. Took my shower and I'm just like, let me say hi, see how everyone's day was going. And Shay, okay, but I don't know who that is, honey. So all I can say on that note is good night. God bless you all. I'll wrap on y'all tomorrow. Let me go run my few little errands and get the fuck back home. Cause y'all know I don't like being outside too long. People are crazy and I don't have time for crazy. So on that note, I hope everyone hit the like button. I will talk to you good people tomorrow. Good night, good night, good night.